Hello.
Hi.
Welcome, welcome.
Bring us
Hello.
back in.
Welcome to a whole nother week of just
Foolishness.
yeah. It is straight up foolishness this week.
Whew.
Everybody tripping.
Yeah. I think we've all had a very interesting week, to say the least.
hmm
Oh
I sh-
yeah.
I should say that I'm about to get on the camera in a minute.
I'm trying to figure out
How's
what.
everybody been?
Um,
This ain't.
yeah, I've been pretty good. I will say it's been a good week. I'm a little sad for my mom because she did lose her one of her last remaining cousins passed
Oh
away.
wow.
And like they actually grew up together. So my mom's been really, really sad. She was like, "This was my sister before I had sisters."
Yeah.
She was her sister for 11 years before she actually was able to before her parents, had
Say
a
she.
girl.
Mm-hmm.
So that was her.
Mm.
She passed away. She had a rapidly declining, a very aggressive cancer that they just found out about a few months ago, and
Oh.
so
But it was
yeah,
in the final stages, huh?
yeah, it was one of them kind that's like, oh, okay, well, we'll make her comfortable, and that was it, and so yeah, so it's been interesting, trying to just let her talk and tell all her little stories and everything. That she just, yeah, my mom not very emotional, so this is different.
Gotcha.
hmm
Of course, you guys know my week has been utterly crazy.
Yeah.
Um, I
Yeah.
lost my aunt while we were recording the podcast last week. I got an emergency call from my mama who was crying and praying at the same time, and I didn't know why she was crying and praying. She was crying and praying and telling me to pray, and I'm like, okay, hold on, I ain't got no problem with praying, but what am I praying for? Um, we found out that my uncle found my aunt unresponsive, and she didn't make it. So this whole week has been pretty crazy. I've been trying to catch up on TV shows this week because I ain't watched nothing. Because for the most part, I've been at my uncle's. I was off Monday and Tuesday, which is good because Monday wouldn't have been a good work day for me. Wednesday and Thursday wasn't great work days for me. Uh,
Yeah.
so because I had to go back, and then I'm grateful that my boss let me off the whole day Friday. Because so I could attend the funeral and everything. But it ain't been, and then I'm in our little vent session at the end. I'm gonna tell y'all about this other situation that happened to me Wednesday.
Okay.
Oh, I need a gun. I need a
Mm.
gun. I need a gun. All right.
Don't don't
Woo!
don't.
Y'all ready to get this show started?
Yeah. Um.
Sure.
Yeah. I mean, why not? It's Christmas. Let me hold on. Let me pull up the graphic because
Oh, not bad.
I'm trying to time out. So
Oh,
that's why.
gotcha. Gotcha. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I mean, it's been a week of weeks. Um, Interestingly enough, and I know we're going to talk about it a little bit, but right before we came on, I actually caught a little bit of Cheryl Underwood um, podcast where she kind of breaking down the situation, the events that led up to
The
what's been
outburst.
on the talk and everything. It's been very interesting to listen to her
Yes.
because,
Yeah. Sharon Osbourne.
yeah,
Oh, go
then
ahead.
lost
I'm
her
sorry.
mind. No, go ahead, because
I was just about to say, well, Sharon Osbourne was on Real Talk with Bill Mayer, and she was acting all innocent, like all I was doing was just defending a friend, saying that he's my friend, but I didn't support what he did.
That ain't
She
what
was
came out
going
your
on and
mouth.
on.
See, no.
that one
My
we can't fool. like her, because you can't say one thing and do something else. So now we ain't gonna let you have that one. Nope. Unacceptable. Gone about your business. Okay, I think I got it. Okay. It rebooted. Yay! Sometimes these things like to do updates in the middle of our what's-a-majig.
Yeah.
So,
well, we're gonna kick it off with today's shine, and the shine is going to go to a young lady who I did not know was the baby of a classmate.
Oh, was a baby of a classmate?
One of our classmate from Jackson State, because she's a Jackson native. She's a Jackson, Mississippi native.
I should have posted the picture because I went through her Instagram and I pulled some pictures of her parents, but I didn't add it. But go ahead.
Toronto Stokes is my classmate, and I had no freaking clue this was his baby. She looks just like him. Her name is Trinity Stokes, and if you guys are not familiar with this young lady, if you watch Casey Undercover, she played the little robot on the show, who I always thought, because I didn't understand until I had to go back and watch, that wasn't her little sister, although everybody thought that was her little sister. She was a part of the organization they were a part of. And so I remember her from that. She's had some other guest starring roles on other shows on Disney. And she's now on Mixed-ish. She plays one of Bo's friends on that show. So this picture in the middle is her in the hallway classroom, in the hallway. I'm sorry, on Mixed-ish. So I love her. She is amazing. She, just bubbly personality. But this young lady is on her way to college at the age of 14.
I tell you, I was not on my way to college at 14.
At 14, I was, grounded and rooted in the middle school, high school. Yeah, that's where I was in middle school, girl. Middle school. Right. So I'm so glad when some students are starting their freshman year in high school or ending their 8th grade year or are finishing up their 8th grade year middle school. This young lady is already on her way to college. She has a career. I'm sure they made sure she invested well, but I'm super proud of her. So if you're from Jackson, Mississippi, stand up. This young lady is doing great things, and I'm super proud of her. I can't wait to see what she continues to do. But yeah, Disney to scoop this baby up. I said, what? I found out who her daddy was. I said, man, I went to school. That's your child.
Like, isn't that amazing when you find like your classmates and everything have amazing kids? Let me also say I went through her Instagram page, and she hosts a Bible trivia night on Sunday nights on Instagram.
Really?
She's very active in her church. She's very active. Her mom is an AKA, so she's very active with those things as far as, I don't know what they call the, the youth groups that,
that associate with AKA. I don't need it.
But she's very much, first of all, she looks exactly like her mama. It's crazy, but you can tell that they've really raised her to be a kind and very smart young lady. But I do, just looking at these pictures, I had to make sure I pulled that senior head, because baby, that senior head was awesome.
Yes. I love it. I love it. Her personality, I mean, she just has so much of it. So I'm glad. Let me say this: if your child has all this personality at the house and Disney come to town, I need you to take your child to one of them auditions. Y'all could be in a better situation. A whole better situation. Put them kids to work.
About Marley.
Put them kids to work.
Directly to me about Marley.
I mean, if you feel like that was directed towards you, because that girl do, I promise to God, go on take on to Disney. Go on let her audition. Look.
I need to lay hands on both of us at this point. Just
I'm just saying that extra large house you want, y'all probably be able to get. You better go and put Marley to work.
I know, especially since she cooking up my good fuzzy socks, so I might as well, huh? So,
girl, see,
anyway.
Right. Congratulations to Trinity. I hope she does great things. They're gonna do her college reveal, I think, this upcoming week to show what school she chooses to go to. So I'll see if I can do an update on our next show. All
right. Now let's get into some there.
Reality. Yeah. Well, reality. You see it? Tea, piping hot. Boom. All right.
That's one of my favorites. Next time I'm gonna see if I can find some steam to come up out that cup. But anyway,
right.
I'm gonna find some steam.
Right.
All right.
Okay. So I know we're like tired of these people because I really am. I love Portia.
I am too.
I love Portia, but I'm tired. So Portia really never addresses Real Housewives of Atlanta on any of her social media pages. And I noticed that. And I was like, oh, okay. They go back and forth with each other if, somebody tags them or something. But for the most part, she was like, if I don't have no check for Real Housewives of Atlanta, they don't pay me to go back and forth with you on social media. So I'm not going to do it, which is, I feel like it's growth. Okay. So with that being said,
I do.
Since she decided she wasn't going to do it, there was a comment that was made by Kenya. Now I watched Speak on It with Candy. And they have she's had every cast member for the most part on the show except for Portia. And I got a little tea about that in just a minute. Remind me. So Portia and Kenya was on Speak on It, and she mentioned that Portia tried to, dog Candy out for going to executives to ask for better positioning for Black talent, with the network. And seeing if she can executive produce some more projects that would give more Black talent, opportunities. So there was a miscommunication because all of the ladies with Black Lives Matter taking place, they were all trying to come together to see what they need to do. Portia was out there on the front lines with the people, but she wanted to collectively do something with the cast. So did Nene at the time, because Nene was still involved with Housewives of Atlanta. Everybody really was trying to do something and trying to do their part. So from my understanding, because Nene told Portia, go talk to all the girls and see what we can do to come and do. Somehow, some way, they found out Candy had already gone to Bravo. But she didn't go to Bravo for, what they were trying to do. She went to Bravo to try to make opportunities and create opportunities. Well, they were just saying, well, it's sad that we couldn't all come together and do something, because they didn't want to overstep what Candy was doing, which was smart, okay, let's go at it another way. So Portia said, well, we'll just go to them and ask them for a donation to, some of the organizations, some of the efforts that we're fighting. And then that's that on that. Well, apparently when Nene was mad at the network, I know she's still mad at them, but when Nene was upset, she leaked these text messages between Portia and it was Portia, Nene. It was a group text. She linked the text messages to Atlian Atlian, I think is the name of the blogger, Michelle Atlian. Thank you, ATLian. I was trying real hard. ATLian. I'm sorry, I did that wrong. Y'all excuse me. She had leaked the thing trying to say that they were giving some people opportunities, but not everybody. So of course that was a Nene thing, but Portia had been fighting on the front line. So Candy had thrown Todd a birthday party. This was recorded, but it ended up getting cut. Okay, so recorded got cut because Portia went to producers and said, "Hey, look, we arguing over Black Lives Matter. This ain't no good look. We Black women. I don't think we should be shown in this light." It wasn't just about her. It was about everybody involved because Candy and Portia was having a conversation in the middle, jumped in and started arguing. And so it became an argument with the three of them. When this one should have just stayed over wherever she was instead of inserting herself in the situation. So Portia said that doesn't look good for any of us. She don't like Kenya, but she said I didn't go to them for me because I was, working with Black Lives Matter or whatever. She said I went in for all of us, so we all wouldn't be looking like fools on TV. Okay, which is good. That's a good thing. She said the producers didn't have to do what I asked them to do. They decided it wasn't a good look. However, the producers, with their dramatic behinds, left in the comments about that Kenya made questioning Portia's activism. So, I mean, did she really have to get arrested? Those comments, we talked about that, I think, earlier last year when they were doing the previews or whatever. And so with that being said, because, that comment was made, she then went on Candy's show, Speak On It, and said, she was dogging you guys out and trying to say y'all were trying to go behind her back to do da-da-da-da-da-da, like she's the only person that, is for Black Lives Matter. And that was not what happened at all. So Portia gets on her Instagram and tells everybody what happened. She just showed text messages. She just screenshotted messages between her and Candy. And she spoke highly of Candy. She didn't have anything to say about Candy at all. She just said, I'm simply here to clear my name. This is the last time I'm speaking about it. I'm not going to speak about it anymore. Candy was promoting this movie that she did on Lifetime. I heard it wasn't the greatest. I heard it wasn't the greatest. I don't know. I didn't watch it. But but the Envy,
I recorded it.
Did you? Okay. The Envy movie on Lifetime, which was part of the 7 Deadly Sins series, through this executive produced by T.D. Jakes. Candy was in there, and of course we saw this season where she went and she was taping that during the season when they were taping. So she was promoting, and some of the hosts on some show in DC was asking her, where do they stand? And Candy's like, I don't really know where we stand because, I don't understand why she made that post. She didn't say nothing bad about you. Did you not watch the live? She said nothing disparaging or bad about you at all. She simply wanted to let everybody know that she would never try to step on anybody else's toes who's fighting for the cause. That's basically what her message was, all in all. She laid everything out, very intelligent. She said, I have a responsibility. I'm not going to cut anybody else down that's fighting for the cause. So I didn't understand what that was about. So now I kind of got a feeling there's going to be some upcoming drama this upcoming year. For what? It makes no sense. Why are you fighting over there? And she said, I'm fighting for policy. She's fighting over there on the executive side. So we fighting the same battle. We're just doing it on different ends. And I'm more social justice and public policy and making sure we can walk down. She's trying to make sure we got a seat at the table, where it matters for us as the talent. So she said, I have no problem with that at all. She said, I've been on some of Candy's shows that she's executive produced through Bravo. So I have no problem with Candy getting her bag and doing what she needs to do. I have no problem with it at all. That's exactly what came out of her mouth. So now we got, I don't know. It's a mess. I think it's good that they did.
Well, Kenya, she messy anyway.
Real messy. Mm-hmm. Really messy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I feel like, and a lot of people, of course, you got Portia haters, you got, the Team Twirl, you got folk who, a lot of people don't like Candy, and I know that many people didn't like Candy. Lord God.
I don't have no problem with Candy.
That's all I can say.
You said what?
I said I have to continue to stay neutral with my comments.
I know you do. I know you do on that one. I've never disliked Candy. I think some things she have taken out of proportion. I now understand why she was extremely upset about the allegations that Phaedra tried to make stick with her and Todd in the dungeon thing. But she ended up turning that into a money idea. So
She
Yeah,
said, "Well, I'm gonna."
she made it a check.
That's what I respect out of her, cause she
Yeah,
gonna make a check out of something.
she made the check. I don't understand why, and the cast members still throw that up in Portia's face, and she was like, "I repeated the rumor. I didn't start the rumor." Actually, word on the street is Carlos King actually told Phaedra that, and Phaedra brought it to the forefront.
But isn't that always true when it comes to stuff like that? Most of the time, it's the producer trying to get some stuff started, and then you have to take it to a cast member that is going to be reliable to move the information where you need it to. So, like I said, I'm gonna just say this about Candy. Candy makes money. She does well at learning how to turn adversity into an opportunity, and that's talent in itself. However, I am very leery of people who tend to always cry when the cameras are, or when people are asking or addressing information, and then waterworks are part of the answer.
Right.
So that's where you start. For me, you lose your authenticity, because I'm like, this is like clockwork now. Every time something happens, it's oh well, I need to start crying. Don't say this.
She's gotten a whole lot better with them tears, though. Let me put that out there right now. It's not one time this season she has shed a tear. Candy. It ain't one time this year, huh? I said Candy, because Candy used to cry at the drop of a hat. Oh,
right.
Yeah.
She has dried those tears up, baby. So she has not. I don't think I've seen Candy really cry in the last 2 seasons, actually.
Okay. That's
growth. That's growth. I'm glad she ain't crying no more, because they used to get them out. I'd be like, girl, why are you crying? Why are you doing this? What? You gonna cry again? Oh.
No.
What's up, Wendy?
Now, what I need Kenya to do is stop worrying about what other folks do and worry about getting her better skincare program, because her skin is atrocious. That's
really? Her skin bad?
Yeah.
Her skin bad.
You ain't never seen them do a close up on that
what you
face.
see right there is Photoshop, honey.
Makeup, and I be like,
like my mama say, she look like 50 miles bad road.
She's a pretty girl.
First of all, I'm finna write that down so I can use it, and then second.
Mama told me that. I just fainted on the floor. Ooh, that girl look like 50 miles bad road.
See, because the old folks say the girl, they look rolled hard and put away wet, and I'd be like,
oh, okay, that's a new one too. Look, write that one down too.
Yeah, because that's how they talk about horses. They tell you when you ride them hard and put them away wet, you ain't taking care of them or whatever. But I'm like, wow. Okay, old people, what y'all saying? Thank you and very much.
Right. Yeah, Kenya doesn't have great
miles bad road.
Bad road.
Bad road.
Yeah, just cat hole.
Yeah, yeah, girlfriend. Yeah, her skin is bad. Her skin is not great. And I know she uses filters and have great, makeup. Sometimes that makeup don't cover that.
Yeah. Now, like I always say, I always thought Kenya was a beautiful woman. I always thought that from when she was back in her pageant days. I love her eyes and things like that.
Yeah.
I think she's a beautiful person with an ugly attitude. So, and I know half of the stuff that we see is for TV, but at some point, you gotta want more for yourself and say, I can't be like this all the time.
All the time, I cannot. I just,
yeah. I need people to think better of me. I need to think better of myself.
Right. And to have, this platform that you own, you know, I can agree, and it's not because I like Portia. Portia has grown, because I know. I remember when Portia dragged Kenya across that floor. That ain't
Baby,
funny, but
I used
I
to watch
remember
it.
when she did that.
That was
And
I
Kenya
loved it, but I loved it though
pressing,
because
buttons.
Kenya asked for it. You kept on pressing on her. You kept on, look at my own heifer. You gonna keep on putting stuff in front of my face. I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do. And that's what Portia did. She showed.
And that's the thing that bothers me is you keep pressing this girl's buttons. You continue to do it. You know, you got mad at her because the sister uninvited you to her little surprise party. First of all, it was a surprise party, and Portia didn't know. And so Laura said, "Well, I really don't know if," and she probably shouldn't have invited Kenya, but she didn't know where they were. She really didn't know, and she shouldn't have invited her, because then she started questioning her activism. And Kenya said, "Well, maybe you didn't need to go to the party in the first place. Why are you mad? Because you ain't got invited to the party. You didn't get invited to the party, and you questioning whether or not the girl is really serious about this movement." And she is. You know, she has not just been out there on the front lines. She's doing things behind the scenes as well. So I see growth. I absolutely see growth. The only person that has not grown is the one in the middle. I just need her. I need her to do something different with her life, because, you know, I get it, playing the villain. The producer said the ones that play the villains, they keep their job. Mm-hmm. I got you. Mm-hmm. She gonna have to do better though. Okay, moving along.
Let's move along.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So yeah,
moving right along.
These two right here. Okay. I didn't. Heather, you might want to jump in, because I did not listen to it, because it was like a 3-part.
So this is
what you got.
Talking about this whole thing. So the thing with Sharon Osbourne versus Cheryl Underwood, the talk came back on Monday. Right. Is that what we talk about right now?
Yeah.
So it came back on Monday, and what they ended up doing was just kind of giving a recap of what happened over the past virtually month. You know, the talk went into hiatus after that very public, very volatile and very uncomfortable blow up between Sharon and Cheryl over the Meghan Markle, Piers Morgan, all that stuff, where it got, you know, it's a lot of things just hit below the belt. Right. In that time, who is this texting me? I don't know. So the thing that we find out is that a lot of things that happen. Well, let me just say, they opened up this particular episode just talking about they're going to have the uncomfortable conversation regarding, you know, the events that happened, what led up to it, and what they've been doing in the meantime to prepare themselves to be ready to come back to the talk so that they can go back live. So that was where you know, you saw Cheryl talking. So in this episode, they brought back the remaining hosts because they did inform us that during that time off that Sharon decided to no longer be a part of the cast. And so they brought in a couple of experts to talk them through. I really wish I had gotten the guy's name that led the conversation, but they got to lead the conversation to talk about, you know, what parts were frustrating and what they were trying to convey, but they couldn't get it done due to the way that, you know, basically, you know, how Sharon was accepting the information. Like, she just refused to have the conversation, and how they shut down. And then also talking about the fact that, you know, Cheryl was talking about she, you know, experienced trauma, because this is a trauma when you thinking that you're, you know, talking to a friend and it becomes a verbal attack, basically. Right. So there's a lot of things that they discussed. They talked about, you know, how you know, racism plays out now, like how you have microaggressions, what an implicit biases mean, you know, all those type of things. And then also how to broach the conversation with, you know, people, you know, just, you know, if you have people in your life that you may have to broach these conversations with, how to do it. Also, they got down to rules, like not necessarily rules, but things to remember, when you're a person, a non-colored person, basically what your responses and experiences should be, or how you should handle these topics. Like, basically, you should be listening. Don't ask anyone to educate you. Here are some resources. We have resources on the show. Check the website. We'll have resources available for you. It's your job to do that. It's your job to listen.
Google is free, baby.
Huh?
I said Google is free.
Google is free all day long. And then also checking your privilege. So they got a good conversation going, which is what they were trying to achieve when having that conversation with Sharon. But she was so and just indignant that they couldn't have any conversation with her. Also, Cheryl did clear up the fact that she could not show in her phone log, missed calls, anything like that, where Sharon called her. And it was stated that Sharon reached out to her and tried to call her. She's just saying, I could not find in my call log, nor did I receive a phone call from Sharon during this time. However, I did receive text messages, and I chose not to respond because we were under investigation. And since this was my first time dealing with an investigation, I wasn't sure about the etiquette behind responding to those text messages.
Right.
Also, sharing that, yes, we've been friends over the past 10 years. So I don't take anything away from that. But, the thing that they always say is, when someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time. And she was like, I have no choice but to believe her. That's who she is. So, she pretty much it wasn't like a, gone somewhere type of situation. It was more so, I expected more from my friend. This is what I got from my friend, and this is how we're choosing to proceed on this show. So, take it or leave it, whatever. But I thought it was a good conversation for them to have. There was a lady on there. I need to find her because she has some really cute earrings. They had love on there, and I need to find out where I ain't even got holes in my ears, but I'm trying to figure out how I can get these earrings. So, but it was a good conversation where, yes, they acknowledged Sharon left, but they also positioned the show to move forward without her. Like, we're going to do one time for 1 hour, and we're going to move the hell on because we ain't got time for this. But she did say, Sharon was the one that brought up, oh, I'm sorry, I told you to fuck off during the commercial break. So that pretty much tell you what the friendship was right there.
Yeah, they showed some of the clips from when they went to commercial break. They did show some of that, and she was going ham on Cheryl. It wasn't pretty.
Yeah.
So I normally would say I hope they could work it out, but I really don't want them to work it out. And that's not me being mean or anything. It's just I literally don't want them to work it out. Basically, I feel like you were friends because you were co-workers. And when you leave a job, 9 times out of 10, them friends don't go with you when you leave the job. They don't follow you. And so she gone, and it is what it is. But I do think that she should have picked up a phone. Text message to me, if I screwed up, I'm not going to apologize via text message. And I'm not going to respond to your apology via text message because you didn't text me to fuck off. You was yelling in my face, acting the whole fool, right? So pick up a telephone call. If you stay right around the corner, drive your ass to my house and apologize. You know what I'm saying? Because Cheryl didn't do anything wrong. And she didn't warrant that. I did see where Sharon made some more disparaging remarks about her former co-workers, saying that they just complaining and, basically doubling down on what she did, which shows me that she really didn't learn anything from that situation. And, you can't always teach an old dog new tricks. And so here we are. Old dog don't have no job no more. I heard she's still getting paid because per her contract, she has to still get paid. And I'm not 100% sure that was her decision. I think they forced her hand in that, which is why they still have to pay her.
Well, yeah, and I don't think that, but see, there's been a lot of talk about how much her payout was, and I'm not thinking it's anywhere near the 10 million that was quoted. I think that is probably what the value of the total contract was at the time, but I don't actually think that she's was awarded all of that,
They probably
because
paid out the remaining of her contract. Probably is what happened.
Well,
yeah. So I'm not thinking it's probably 10 in total from where she renegotiated, but I don't see it being that it was a lot of wrong done, and we witnessed it. It's just like looking at all these other things. We witnessed the wronging, the wrong
Right.
being done, the wrongdoing, and it's unfortunate that things like this have to play out. But the thing I'm glad about is that we got to see it and we got to witness it, so that there was no he said, she said about
Right.
it. The other thing about it, like Cheryl Underwood said, she was grateful that people could see growth, because she is a totally different and more mature person than she used to.
Child.
This
I remember Cheryl the comedian.
She practiced some real good decorum. I can tell you that much.
Because Cheryl was cussed out. Had this been 10 years ago. Had this been 15, 20 years ago.
Shoot, let this have been 5 years ago.
Cheryl would cuss her out. Clean cuss her out. And would allow, she was gonna lose her job had she not done it the right way. So I'm glad she did hold it together in spite of. Yeah.
And let me just say one more thing, because she is my soror. She is my soror, and she was our international president for a number of years. If you've ever met Cheryl Underwood face to face, she does not know a stranger. When you come to her presence, hey girl, come on, sit down and have a drink. Like, it was every time I've met her when she's come to Memphis, and she'd be like, all right, y'all come on up to my suite or whatever. She don't treat anybody any differently from anybody else. There is no, I don't know you, this type of thing. Everybody is met with warmth. Everybody gets the same warm hugs. She always hugs everybody. She's so gracious. She is an open book. She is never in a place where she doesn't take accountability. And that's one thing I appreciate. And she's always in a mode to learn. And I think people like that are, really solid people, because they're introspective enough that they can, that they know that there's always a place to learn, but they're also gracious enough to allow people a learning curve. So, yeah, I'm team Cheryl all day long.
All day long. All day long.
That's my side rock.
All right, let's move it on.
Let's learn.
Okay, so joining with the MLB, Major League Baseball Association, Will Smith and Antoine Fuqua pull a film that they were working on from filming in Georgia. It's going to be more fallout from this if Georgia does not do something quick, fast, and in a hurry. I don't see Kemp moving forward to do anything, but I feel like once pockets are hurt, and this is the thing that we're talking about. When we protest, we can't just go marching in the streets and yelling and act. I'm for it. By all means, let them hear your voice. But you also got to hurt their pockets. They don't understand anything unless it's money involved. That's why when they boycotted the bus system, they didn't ride the bus, and they organized. Okay, you got a car, you got a car, you got a car. This person got to be at work at this time. This person got to be da-da-da over here. They organized and worked it out. We got to come together and organize something to where our dollars are not spent in a place that don't want us there. And I understand a lot of us live in Georgia, especially in Atlanta. It's like the Black Mecca. But we're going to have to do something. If that means we're putting our dollars in Black-owned businesses while we're there, make sure you're doing it. If that means, we're going to withdraw support from certain organizations or certain things, a lot of people ain't going to do it. Just like I just started back actually looking at the NFL, maybe this past season. I had not. Even the Super Bowl games, I was like, oh, okay, I watched the halftime show. After that, I'm good. I was not really watching football like that. Now you talking about somebody who was every Sunday. I need church to come on and be over with. It's some football games coming on. I was in the fantasy football league. Like literally, I'm Sundays. That's where I am. Basketball is my favorite sport. I'd be in front of the TV watching basketball. But the NFL, they pissed me off, and I was not for it. That situation with Colin Kaepernick was not cool, and I don't care what anybody says. They did that boy wrong. Period. Period. So I was like, well, okay, so y'all got rapists and murderers still playing in the NFL, but all this man doing is kneeling, and he done disrespected a piece of cloth, and it's a problem. Oh, okay, great. Okay, that's how you feel. You ain't got to. I will not be watching the NFL, and now all of a sudden they're now come to take. You know what? We see what y'all talking about because we saw this man put his neck on this man's. Put his knee in this man's neck for 8 minutes and 46 seconds. What I mean, y'all gotta really see it.
Yeah. So, what else you need to know? That's the thing.
What else you need to know?
What else you need to know?
So I'm hoping to see more fallout from this because there is clear and concise proof that they have done things to keep us from voting, from our voices being heard. And so because they have proof, this ain't something they heard about, they have evidence and data showing where they have stopped people from voting for stupid and petty reasons just because, oh, that person black. We don't want it. So right. I need, and in spite of them doing the stupid stuff that they tried to do, they still became a democratic state. So, God don't like ugly.
And that's the thing is that you have a lot of black talent and a lot of people like you said, like people like Tyler Perry and all them who move production studios and everything down there. Right. But people don't have no problem with stopping production and going somewhere else. So,
but but also not only that, and Stacey Abrams make sure that everybody that she could would add the right to vote. You had some Republicans that was tired of Trump too, and tired of their antics. So some Republicans did vote for Biden.
No, we're not taking away from that. I'm just talking about specifically this situation. In spite of, I'm sure we had to bring some Republicans over to help us get that man in office and to get those senators in office. But what I'm saying to you is that they stopped a lot. So here's the thing: it's a lot of black people in those areas that where the vote turned around. And I feel like if all of them voted, we might not have needed the Republicans to make that happen. That's all I'm saying. And you're stopping people from allowing their God-given rights. You see what I'm saying? This is something. I was born in this country. Legally, I can go and vote. I need to be able to vote. You should not be able to
Stacey
oppress.
Abrams.
Huh? What'd you say, Wendy?
But you know what? Yeah, you trying to oppress the vote, but guess what? We're gonna go above and beyond. And I bet you right now, Stacey Abrams got a team of people. Okay, we're gonna need to get some people to make sure they got their IDs, their valid IDs. We got to make sure we get them there to vote. It's gonna be. They try to give us stuff, but guess what? We overcome all the time.
And I think that's what essentially got Stacey Abrams. And the people that were working on the ground down there, I think that's what helped push that vote. Some Republicans probably was tired of Trump too. They should have been, but that's what she was doing. She was getting people to the polls. She was making sure people had, the forms of ID, whatever form of ID it is, because you don't just need your state ID, or you don't just have to use your state ID or your driver's license. They take the voter's registration card. There is other forms of ID that you can also take to go and vote. That's the other thing. Your ID doesn't have to be, it could have expired yesterday and voter days today. They can't they're not supposed to turn you away. those are things that people don't know and they
But
don't
see, that's what they
realize.
changed now. That's what kind of changed now. You're supposed to have a valid picture ID.
Yeah, what I'm saying is there in certain states that's not the case. That's what I'm saying to you. That's not the case, and I'm willing to bet that ain't the case in Georgia. They probably just made those up to keep those people from voting. That's all I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Next slide.
Let's do it. Okay.
So last week, I need y'all to stop thinking somebody's attacking men in masculinity. If you masculine, how does this man wearing a dress does anything for your masculinity? If you let your children watch Saturday Night Live, that's on you. I need parents to understand the difference in allowing the television to raise their kids and being a parent. There's certain things Jalen can't watch. He's getting older, so I'm loosening that up just a little bit. But it's certain things that I'm just not gonna let him. I'm not saying that I have a problem with him seeing Kid Cudi in a dress, because here's the thing: if your children saw Big Mama's house, if they see Madea, a whole grown men, those grown men were in dresses
all day, every day. And also, let's talk about the parents though. If y'all ever watched the Flip Wilson show, he was Geraldine every other week.
Yeah. So, I'm tired of people saying this. This is really bugging me that people have this in their mind that this is something that's going to hurt anybody. Kid Cudi gave a performance on SNL last week. I did not watch it because last week was but he wore a dress, tried to get as close to the same pattern as Kurt Cobain. He gave a tribute. His performance was a tribute to Kurt Cobain. They struggled with some of the same issues. If you guys don't know who Kurt Cobain is, he was the leader of Nirvana, very, very one of my favorite rock groups. I love Nirvana. When I was growing up, but
when
Kurt
grunge
Cobain
was in,
I
said when grunge was in the grunge.
Well, yeah. But he wore a dress and back in the day, and he had a lot of the same mental health issues that Kid Cudi has been so open about that he struggled with, and he had it, and so this is somebody that he's looked up to industry wise, and so he decided let me put this dress on and perform this song, and that's what he did.
I wanted to go ahead.
Y'all are upset about this. Y'all are mad, and it's a trip. And some of the same people who are mad about this, y'all watch Madea.
Yeah. I think the other thing that trips me out is people always thinking that kids are stupid. And I'm gonna show y'all in a minute. Okay. Kids are very much a lot more accepting and a lot more intelligent than we are as adults. They're just open to being just what it is. Now, usually we just kind of watch whatever once usually once it's recorded, just go back and watch it so I can scroll through the commercials or whatever. I only happened to be downstairs that day when we decided to run Saturday Night Live back. She came downstairs and she was like, "Why is that boy wearing a dress?" And I said, "Because he bought it and he wanted to wear it." She was like, "Oh, well, it has pockets." So like she went right into like, "Look, this dress is awesome. I need to know." But I'll show you. I got a little video of her watching. Okay. If you're ready.
Okay, you go ahead.
I'm gonna try a couple of seconds of it because I don't want it to see if it'll show it. But like, honey, that thing was here for it. I don't know if I can get it to like blow up. But she was into that song. I couldn't do that. She was doing pirouettes and dancing and whatever else is going on here. And it just goes to show you that this is one of the things that little kids ain't worried about. She was because when she saw the pictures when I was finishing the slides today, she came in here. She was like, "He has a really good song, Mama," and that was it. That's all she cared about. Yeah. And what's really sad to me is the fact that we have to constantly defend stuff that shouldn't need defending. Like, it's clothes at the end of the day. Shakespearean times, men were, young boys dressed as girls because they didn't even let women be acting back in the Shakespearean times. When you think about a lot of things that we look at now, we look at a lot of the robes and gowns and things that men wear in other cultures, and that's part of their culture. So as soon as you just don't have like pant legs, then all of a sudden it's deemed taking some type of agenda to demasculate men. And I'm like, I need y'all to grow up.
I need y'all to stop. Like, if you feel like you finna go buy a dress because you thought there's something wrong with you, that's right. How I feel. That's literally how I feel. He and I heard it was a good performance. I'll have to go back and watch the playback. But yeah,
it was good.
Yeah, it was good. It was good.
Mm-hmm.
All righty. Next.
All right, here we go. Listen.
Hold on, wait a minute.
Look, let me get to my phone and see what you're looking at.
Wait a minute.
This boy got his money. I mean, he got his own money.
I saw this article and I like to feel
I'm about. You know what? I'm out. That right there. I'm out.
So,
I'm finna mute myself.
You come in on this one.
Usher went to the strip club and decided, allegedly decided, I'm gonna put allegedly out there because we heard from the strip club after this. Allegedly decided to take money with his picture printed on it. And from my understanding, he was making it rain Usher dollars in the club. And so somebody posted it on their social media page. I guess one of the strippers, I don't know. And they were highly upset. They were like, this is really trifling. So then after this story came out, there were other stories that came out about people who worked in stores where Usher came in shopping and just was like, okay, this is a nice jacket. Okay, I'm gonna head out. And but he never got in trouble for it. They said him, and when he was married to Tamika, they used to do it all the time. I said, y'all, come on. And then somebody went as far, and I couldn't find the picture, as to posting the money and then an Usher Raymond Black card. I couldn't remember where I saw it. I was like, oh my God.
The Ush card.
The Ush card. So the strip club came back and said, listen, y'all, Usher paid money for the strippers. Calm down. I don't know if maybe he came back and paid them because them girls posted that quick, fast, and in a hurry. They said, listen, I'm on here shaking my tail in this club. And Usher came because they said that's why we don't like when celebrities come in. They try to cheat their way out of stuff. You know?
Mm-hmm. Usher said, got him.
So I don't know if he came back and actually paid for whatever lap dances or whatever shows he got. Or whoever, you know, when the celebrities come, the strippers run to the VIP. I don't know what happened there. I think maybe he came back and they said he had some type of stripper books or whatever. Because you know some of the stripper clubs have them. They have the stripper books. You go and you buy it, and then you can't use the stripper books nowhere else. You can only buy like the food and pay the strippers with the stripper books at the strip club. You never heard of that? Yeah, you buy. Yeah. You buy the stripper bucks and I can't remember what club it was. I'm gonna have to look it up. They got stripper bucks at club. But they said Usher paid. So maybe he was pretending to throw the Usher Raymond cat. Them girls was mad. Let me just say.
I got so many questions with I'm now I sound like the old people, like, baby, they do what now?
Stripper bucks. You buy up so many. I wish somebody who was a stripper club aficionado.
Up while you talking. I'm in the middle. I got 3 screens up right now because I'm gonna pull this up because I'm like, I know you ain't lying, but I need to see this.
Stripper bucks. Some clubs they have stripper bucks. And you buy so much, and you can get the buffet, you can get some drinks, you can get this over here and that over there. You can even pay the strippers with them, and they turn stripper bucks in and get money. Oh my God, look at your face.
I know I need to work on my face because my face is off.
You said, wait a minute, huh? Yes, they have stripper bucks. When I learned of this, I was like, I guess that makes sense.
Okay.
So Usher decided he was gonna take his own stripper bucks to the club.
You redeemed this $1. I can't. Okay, nothing.
So the club is clear on Usher's name, but I don't know how true. I don't know how true that is. I feel like he went back and paid them folk after he got blasted on social media.
Yeah, I feel like he had to go ahead and double up because it was just like, bro, come on.
Right.
Man.
I literally feel that way. It's crazy. Oh my God. It tickled me so though. It really did. I was tickled.
That's what's funny. Like, it is just, oh my goodness.
I was so tickled.
I don't put nothing past nobody. That's where I am in life. I don't put nothing past nobody.
Yeah. All right. Next slide.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
So Virginia police officer did a traffic stop of this. This guy is a lieutenant in the Army. And it was a traffic stop. They didn't tell him why they stopped him. He was like, I just want to know why I was stopped. They're immediate. Get out the car. No. If you don't get out the car, I'm going to spray you. But you're not answering my question. I'm asking you, why did you pull me over? Why did I get stopped? It looked like he was just pulling out of a gas station. Are you hearing things?
No. I think what it is, he was in a dark road, and what he did was he moved into a gas station.
Yeah,
that's what. Because it was lit.
He kept going for about
smart. Okay, very smart of him to do, because I didn't get that part.
So he could find a well lit place,
right,
to park. I mean, to stop, and that's usually people do that nowadays.
Yeah. And they should, because he was like, listen, I'm scared. And he told them, like, y'all, I'm really afraid because right now you're being very aggressive. I need to know, like, why am I being pulled over?
And they call us the aggressive ones.
Huh?
And they call us the aggressive ones.
And that was funny. He really held himself. And some white man, I was highly upset with this. He had a gun, and the gun was sitting on the floor. He's in the Army. What do you mean he had a gun?
Did you not see his uniform?
He's in the freaking military. They carry guns.
He have a gun. And even if he wasn't in the military, he can't have a gun. Since when?
Y'all can have a gun, but we can't.
It's crazy. And he's in his uniform. So keep in mind, I do know that there have been some crazy situations. There have been some military people that have gone off their rocker. I get it. I understand. I'm right there with you. They had a whole investigation that blew up the doggone military just recently here. about folk being ended up missing from the military camp. It's not camp. It's called fort or whatever. But from the military fort where
We know.
they got their training, right? They have their training and everything. So it's a whole investigation of rape taking place and battery, and they done found 2 dead bodies. So it's I understand that they do things like that. This man was simply driving down the streets. That's all. They claim they pulled him over because he didn't have 2 tags on his car.
But he had drive out tags that was inside the car. They saw it. There was visually was there, but I think the windows was tinted.
So the windows were tinted. So that's the thing. This all could have just been cleared up. All you had to do was, well, sir, yeah, if you can't see it, I apologize. I can get it put on the back of the car. It's no problem. You know, the guy didn't get aggressive with them at all. He just said he was scared, and they revved up. It seems like they became more aggressive.
Yeah, you should be scared. You should be scared.
Right.
You're gonna lose your effing job and all that kind of
stuff.
Yeah.
How am I lose my job? I'm in the military. They not gonna no. So the military's backing him because they saw the video. This happened in December of last year, by the way. They were like, we're very proud of how he held himself, how he conducted himself. And let me say this: it's funny because we are expected to be calm in these situations
all the time.
All the time. Well, if you had just did what the officer told you to do, why is he yelling and acting a fool with me? Like I don't like that. I don't like nobody yelling at me.
And then also talk to me like I'm an adult. Quit yelling at me like I'm an animal, or like, you know, give me the respect that you think you expect or think you deserve.
So he has lost his job, and I don't know if they just now, because this video has come to light, is he just now losing his job? I'm not sure. The other officer has not been let go in this situation, but this was ridiculous. Now I'm looking at this and I'm like, wow, this is really crazy. Extremely crazy.
Well, that city got a lawsuit in their hands.
Yeah, he's suing them right now as we speak. Middle of the lawsuit. As he should. I hope they got some of their Wall Street money. I hope the Commonwealth got in like all these other states got in. For this Black Lives Matter money that the Wall Street is fronting our states and commonwealths and parishes with. So I hope they got their money ready, their checkbook ready to pay this man, because that was out of order.
Pepper sprayed him in his eyes.
Yeah. And then telling him to take the seatbelt off. Sir, I can't see. I got to feel around for the seat. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what you want me to do? I mean, I'm damned if I do, damned if I don't. I don't know if I'm gonna make it out alive. You know,
right.
I'm just not sure what I can do. Like, it's when you get into these situations nowadays, the whole idea is to make it out alive.
Yeah.
But they make it so difficult now for you to figure out what is going to keep me alive in this situation and what's going to set you off, because it seems like virtually everything's going to set them off. And so, yeah, I'm going to tell you I'm scared, but I don't know how we get a recording from the inside of the car, but I do know that if you have like an iPhone and if you tell Siri you're being pulled over by the police, it'll automatically start recording. And
it will start recording, but it will also make your phone go black, so it seems like it's not.
So they can't see it. Yeah,
that's good. So, I'm glad they made that. They didn't make that for Android.
That you like, if you don't use Siri, there may be a reason to compel you to use it. And then also, if you have young teenage children, you know, boys or girls at this point, I do suggest you get them those types of things, or even get those dash cams that they put into the rear view mirrors now to record while they're in the car, because you never know what's going to happen. But you know, I'm just glad we got a couple of angles of what happened to this guy.
Yeah. All right, move along.
Okay. All right.
This makes me mad.
Right, yeah. Killed by Officer Kim. I forgot that lady's last name. 26-year veteran of the police department.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard mixed things. I heard something about the air freshener in the car. I heard something about his tags were out. I've heard several.
Let me tell you about that. Yes, his tags was out, but during the time his tags needed to be renewed, but offices was closed. Okay, their offices was closed, so there was no way they can renew the tags. Eventually, the tags were renewed earlier this year. It was already in the computer. The police knew that his tags have already been renewed. So that was just a cop out just to pull them over.
Yeah.
And the reason why he had an outstanding ticket, because he had a citation to go to court, but they sent the citation to the wrong address, which he did not show up to court because he never got that citation, and that's why he got that bench warrant.
Her name was Kim Potter.
Potter, that's her name.
Kim Potter.
So
I'm done.
She apparently mistook her gun, her taser for her gun for a taser.
A gun for a taser.
Let me say this: my brother has been a police officer since 2001.
Mm-hmm.
He's now a sergeant. Their gun is on one side.
On the dominant side, with like whatever hand you use most, that's
right.
the side it's on.
And the tasers or pepper spray or whatever else they carry is on the opposite side. So, ma'am, no. Nope. That wasn't a mistake.
And then why do you feel the need to shoot him? If you thought he was afraid to go away, why don't you shoot his tires? Shoot the damn tires. So she
was also the training officer.
So I'm wondering people that do what they did.
How many people have you trained that have you trained them properly? Like I'm confused. Y'all decided that she had been there long enough to train other people to do the same stupid thing she just did. This man doesn't have his life. He was 20 years old.
20 years old.
Has a baby.
Was the girlfriend the baby mama?
I don't know. I didn't get into that deep with the details. I just know he has a baby. That's all I know.
Yeah. I know Minneapolis got to pay several lawsuits on that one, dude.
Yeah, it's crazy how, and this is not far from where they're having Derek Chauvin's trial.
Yeah.
So, I mean, y'all need to sit down. I really think everybody just needs to sit down.
Here's my thing. If you are always afraid for your life, fearful for your life, you should not be a police officer. That is not the calling for you.
You can be top flight.
That is not the calling for you.
You could be top flight of the world in somebody's shopping center. I swear for cheese and crackers. They ain't got to give you no gun.
And this is what trips me out. They be always trying to justify where he had an arrest warrant. Does that mean that does not?
He did not have a gun.
He did not have a gun. I said if he needed to be arrested, let him be arrested. Every criminal has a right to due process. The policemen are not the judge and jury. You're just supposed to arrest them. You can apprehend somebody with a weapon without shooting them. You do it to white people all the time.
All the time. All the time. Paul said Philando Castle's girlfriend was Deontay Wright's teacher. Really? Philando Castile got killed in hold on. So Milwaukee got a problem, a real problem. Wait a minute.
Not Milwaukee, Minnesota. It was
Minnesota. I'm sorry. Minnesota.
But I think Philando Castro got killed in Milwaukee. Yeah. But But you know what needs to happen? The Supreme Court, they need to overturn Terry versus Ohio, where they give the officers the freedom if they feel like they're suspicious or they have any clues of suspicion.
Philando was killed in Minnesota as well.
Oh, okay.
Minnesota has a problem. They got a problem. They need to fix that.
Minnesota is a problem.
Yeah.
Minnesota
they need to fix that. That's crazy. Y'all have multiple situations like this in the matter of 3-4 years. Y'all constantly killing black folk?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yep. The blood sport.
The new modern day lynching.
And I'm tired of it. I'm tired of all of this. It's just so much. There's always a reason. The other thing is they're always wanting to talk about all the good stuff that these police officers, well, they're a wife and mother and all this type. But those people that you killed are also those people.
Fathers,
wives, mothers, husbands, all these things that people have lost due to their negligence. And there's the problem that I have, is the problem that you think that one person is more important than somebody else simply because they wear a different uniform or they wear uniform.
Yeah.
And that's my problem.
All we need is Terry versus Ohio to be overturned, and these cops will really get the time that they deserve.
Yeah. And I think we were talking about Portia Williams earlier. Portia was talking about that as well on her live. She actually, Ben and Jerry, let me tell you something about them old hippies.
You said
Ben and Jerry, they're working on legislation right now to stop that, to get that law overturned. And Portia actually recently had them on her Instagram page where they were talking about what they were doing and how they were trying to get working on the defund the police and abolishing, it's called something. Hold on. Let me
said Portia,
she just had them on. Hold on. Somebody said I'm gonna start shoplifting Ben and Jerry's ice cream. That's so retarded. Qualified immunity. That's what it's called. So they're fighting to end qualified immunity. And see, that's what I'm talking about. We talking about growth. She's been spreading that message and that word on her platforms and making sure people hear that. And that's what they're fighting for. They're fighting for ending qualified immunity, because that's exactly what that is, Wendy, is qualified immunity. And so they are working diligently to get that stopped, because that means they get to go to jail. Now they did arrest Kim Potter, but she's getting
she only charged for manslaughter, not murder.
Right, she's charged for manslaughter, and she's already been let out on bail, actually, as well.
So she resigned. So if she gets acquitted, she gets to work as a police officer elsewhere, and she keeps her benefits.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
They should strip her from all of that.
Yep.
They should strip.
They don't. You know what? They like making sure that these people don't get no money. They like to make sure they have earning potential later, even though they be trying to hit us in the pocketbook all the time. We go to jail, they take our voting rights, and then they make everything a felony, and they keep us from being eligible to having any type of anything without going through all these programs or admitting fault or things like that. And that's the problem with the system right now, is that when we do have these things that are set up, they are made to make us look bad. We always end up, and it's sad because, when you go back and you look at some of these people who have been reformed, um, uh, convicts or whatever, not convicts, but, prisoners or whatever, a lot of them will tell you they had to plead guilty in order to stay alive, or they had to plead guilty in order to get out of jail,
Right.
to make sure that, their whole lives aren't necessarily ruined. And that's
Right.
the sad part that we're having to deal with, is that you have to, for Black people, survival means that you actually have to admit fault to things that you don't control.
Yeah.
For circumstances you couldn't have controlled. And that's what makes all these things sickening, to see that these people just might, they did a little stint on the Saturday Night Live about that. Like, they were talking, I think we talked about this last week, how they were talking about, yes, this trial is, this person's bad, and this Derek Chauvin trial is pretty much open and shut, and everybody was like, yep, and they were like, and he'll be convicted in the, I don't know, I'm not sure, because we've seen this story over and over again. Number one, they don't like convicting white people of killing Black people. Number two, they will always make the charges less than what they should be. They don't ever get a murder charge. They get a manslaughter charge because they want them to have the ability to be rehabilitated back into society. They also don't get restitution and all this type of stuff. Say it again.
I was gonna ask Chauvin, is he being charged with 3rd-degree murder or what?
It's 3rd degree. He's being charged with 3rd-degree murder, which I didn't even know that was a thing. I've only heard of 1st and 2nd degree. So I was like, did they create a charge for this man?
So let me pull up 3rd-degree murder mean. And this is why I really have a problem with but what's funny is that it's only in Florida, Minnesota, and Pennsylvania.
Which is what,
so and they try to go with the lesser of the charges.
And it's but you know what? I think 3rd degree is kind of similar to manslaughter, to be honest. Because it's like it's a much lesser charge than 1st or 2nd degree murder.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying.
So it's saying whoever without intent causes the death of another by perpetrating an act eminently dangerous to others and inventing a depraved mind without regard for human life.
Mm-hmm.
That's basically what that is.
So what this says is Minnesota law says it's a maximum of 25 years imprisonment.
Not life, but 25 years. So if I'm not mistaken, Derek is like in his 40s.
Yeah. So he still have a chance. To see what I'm saying? He still got a chance. Yeah. And so unless you're going to add other charges with it so that they can be served consecutively, then he still has an opportunity to get out.
And then you got good behavior. Yeah, you get good behavior. You get parole. You got things like he could be let out earlier than that. He could have time served.
Yeah, so he's still a Black man. That's all he did.
Yeah.
It's really nerve-wracking to know that this is the thing, though. Like, I really, when I say I'm tired of it, I'm absolutely tired of this being the narrative every single time. I'm tired of it being the narrative that when it comes to people of color being killed at the hands of, being murdered at the hands of law enforcement, that now we got to do a deep dive investigation and make sure that we are, treating the perpetrator fairly. But you never think about that when other things happen. the fact that we 4 weeks into a trial that should have been an open and shut case, why are we 4 weeks into something we all saw?
Why are we?
We didn't even have to do all that. But we have to, because we know how this world is. We know especially how the state of Minnesota is, how the United States is, and how people are toward our people. So as shocked as I want to be, I can't be, because it's expected.
This is what it is.
It's what it is. This is how we do things. This is how we do things in the US today.
And you know what? I always go back to, they really should have made an example of George Zimmerman.
Well, see, he wasn't.
It doesn't matter. He killed a black man. White man killed a black man.
After the 911 dispatcher told him, do not do anything,
and he did it anyway, and still got off. And that's what I'm saying. They should have made an example of him, because he ain't no police officer. He wanted to be. He tried to be several times, and they was like, "Nah, dog, we good." They should have made an example of that man.
They sure should have.
They should have.
Agreed.
All right, next time.
Look, I'm so tired. Let's just move on, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what just happened there? All right, next. Okay, here we go. Speaking of white people assaulting black people,
this Army sergeant, I saw a snippet of this video. This young man, I think, lives around the corner from him, but he's walking in the neighborhood minding his own business. I think he said hey to somebody, and one of the white women went off. And let me say this, and this is a little bit, a lot of people don't like them on Amazon Prime. But let me say this, and people might be mad about what I'm about to say, but I'm finna say it, because, I mean, hey, it's my platform.
That TV show right there.
White women are not innocent in the racial discrimination area. They're not. They were ringleaders in most situations. A lot of them was coming up with plans and ideas to get rid of us in their neighborhoods, to get rid of they need to catch the bus. They don't need to da-da-da. They were just as vital in racism as white men were. Now they didn't have a bigger standing than white men, and the white man treated them like crap, but they was right there with that white man that was treating them like crap. Inflicting racism on black people. All they got to do is cry wolf. And here you go, the savior right here. He told this young man is 16 years old, walking in the neighborhood, minding his own black business. And this man attacks him. They calling the police. Well, maybe we should walk you home. No, help you ain't walking me home. He said, man, don't put your hands on me. Don't touch me. Now, if he had a gun and shot your tail, then he would have been wrong. Y'all would have been trying to take him on to prison and lock him up. This man assaulted him. And if it wasn't for the black women, there's a black woman named Sherelle Johnson. If she and her walking buddies hadn't circled back around, this could have been a different situation for this young man. A very different situation. They were recording. I don't know who he was walking with, but they were recording it. And then Sherelle and her crew came back around, and they came and got, come on, baby, we finna walk you home. Because what's not finna happen is this.
And then, what tripped me out, the next day, you had a whole bunch of black people.
I was getting to that. Let me tell you about us. We was right there at his front door, in his yard.
Yeah.
They arrested him, and they should have arrested him. He deserved to be arrested.
Now they doing GoFundMe pages for their family, the white family.
Why?
To move out.
Why?
because they want to move
That's
out.
your neighborhood. That y'all a close knit neighborhood. You should have put that young man didn't touch you, and he was trying to walk away. Every time he walked away, you walking up on him, sir. Just let me walk away, and I'll walk away.
So I hope he gets stripped of all of his rank in the military.
That as he should have, because first of all, you in the military, you represent this country, you fighting for this young man just like you fight for anybody else. That young man didn't do anything to you or them white women in their neighborhood. Nothing.
Hey, again, let's just get into the whole policing when you have no business policing. It's not your job to police people who pay taxes just like you do. It ain't your job to question me or my family what we doing here in public streets. Now, if they up in your yard, then ask them what they doing up in your yard. But you don't get to ask people what they doing. You know, and I had to and I know this is different from people walking around in the neighborhood, but I tend to have a problem with this across the board. Where white people feel as though they need to police a thing or things or people when they feel like you don't belong somewhere. Like when you go looking in new houses and they want to know, well, how many bedrooms were you looking for? I'm looking at this house. I'm looking at this open house where there is a new construction home and a new subdivision. I'm looking at that. Well, what do you do? None of your business.
None of your damn business. Excuse me.
None of your damn business. You know,
I'm on church ground.
Way to church.
How much are you looking? Well, see, she going to church. It's fine.
She on her way to church. God knows her heart.
A piece of wine and a little bit of a cracker or something. She might be out. But you know, when you have to, I think it's funny how they always want to see why you doing something. They want to know it. How much of a house are you looking to purchase? I'm not answering any of that today. I'm not filling out this form. I'm not doing for any. I don't care what you think. I'm not telling you how long it's been or how long I'm looking to purchase anything. When I'm ready to talk to you about that, I'll talk to you about that. You're not a lender anyway. Get out of my face. Now, the other thing is, I remember being in line at like a Sam's Club, and this lady just walked in front of me, and I was like, who you think you finna skip? Oh, were you in this line? Did you not see my black ass right here in front of this line? Well, I mean, what are you trying to purchase? So first of all, can I get someone over to this register? This woman right here, to cancel her order. Because not only jump ahead of me, now she's trying to figure out, do I have a membership card? Because she trying to hurry up and check out. Ma'am, I'm trying not to go to jail because I still got children to raise. However.
And you don't run in Sam's for nothing real quick. That ain't no real quick stop. You plan to go to Sam's. Because you got to eat the samples and you got to look at stuff. And you got to touch stuff. Oh, they sell this over here. You don't go to Sam's for I'm going to run to Sam's real quick. That ain't no quick run.
Do you even have a Sam's card? Do you even want to keep your nose?
Ma'am, if you don't get out of my face right now.
Let me tell you something, Karen. Right. That's why I call all of them now. Look here, Karen, because they could never.
Yeah.
No. Anyway. You get all day long.
Yeah. All right. Next slide.
Yeah, I'm over it. All right. Here we go.
You still don't know who this man is?
No, I didn't say I didn't know who he was. I was just asking what was his relevance to 2021. That was all.
Okay. Well, I mean,
I was like, oh, he's a one-hit wonder. That's, when I think about people like him, I'm like, one-hit wonder. I ain't heard from you since the,
Well, yeah, I mean, we had, and of course, DMX has a lot more songs than he did. He was also on Bad Boy, so I'm gonna put that out there and let that stick. A lot of people who was on Bad Boy was one-hit wonders.
Percy Puffy.
When they was turning them out, baby, like Motown, like let's just get some hits out here and y'all go home.
Yeah, it was, yeah. So, but I liked his song. I listened to, I actually bought Black Rob's album when it came out because I liked Whoa that much. I did.
I like whoa.
I liked Whoa that much, and you know, I wasn't gonna buy the single. I wanted to hear what. Again, I'm a hip hop head, so that I was digging old Black Rob at the time. Well, he was 51, and he did pass a couple of days ago. Was hoping that he made it. He had some heart issues and some other issues, and they were actually in the process of trying to raise money because he was having issues trying to get medical bills taken care of. Because I think he was in Atlanta. He's from New York, but he was in Atlanta, I think, in the hospital at the time. And what I didn't like seeing was the video that I saw last week that was posted where he was telling DMX to get well, but he in the hospital himself looking bad. I'm like, you couldn't have tweeted this. So I didn't like that. That's why I was telling y'all, please don't. I really don't want no pictures of me in the hospital bed. Don't record me. Don't do this kidney failure.
Is okay. Why ain't Diddy step in? Because you know my thing is,
because he did. Let me tell you something. He did a lot of them artists dirty. That's why Mary J went on about her life and quit fooling with him and had to come back years later after she, you know, had established herself. You know, he did a lot of folks dirty.
Homeless.
Was he homeless? I didn't know that.
I'm reading a lot of things now. First of all,
I know he had a stroke in 2013. I do know that. And so from that standpoint, he started having multiple health issues after that. I didn't realize he was homeless. I knew he was in Georgia, I think, when he was in the hospital, if I'm not mistaken. I believe that's what I read.
These pictures of him don't even look like the same person. He looked way older than 51.
Yeah, he did. He looked way older than 51.
From what I'm reading here, they were saying that he opened up that he was actually homeless for a spell. He had some other things going on, and then also he they released him from the hospital, and within about 24 hours of that release,
he died.
They ended up bringing him back to the hospital where he passed away. So that's very
probably why they were raising money for him. But see, Diddy could have took care of their my hospital bills just like that. I'm not saying, and let me say this, I'm not saying that I don't want anybody to feel like I feel like folk owe them something, because that's what I'm gonna go back to the beef between Will Smith and the real Avil. Alfonso Ribeiro had, a comment to make, and he said, that man doesn't, because he wanted to be a movie star, that man don't owe me anything. He doesn't owe me a thing. I'm doing what I do, and he does what he does. He don't have to bring me in on any movies. He said, I did sitcoms and stuff after Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. He's the host of America's Funniest Home Videos now. He said, it was not his responsibility to make sure that I was okay just because we were on this TV show together. Yes, he's my friend. Yes, I look at him like my brother, but that was not his responsibility. So I feel like that on one hand, but this is the other thing. Again, Diddy did them people wrong. He did them folks so wrong.
Yeah.
He did those people so wrong. And I feel like a lot of those New York rappers, and here's the thing too. I don't know if he had stayed in New York, if his situation would have been better, because I know a lot of times if you in New York and you rapping and stuff, you can kind of sort of maybe still kind of make it a little bit. If you got some type of staying power, I don't know how much longer after Whoa that that happened. That his star started to fizzle as far as being in New York was concerned. I don't know what promises were made to him by Diddy. I just know that Diddy was a hit maker, and if he couldn't make no more hits with you, he threw you away. Just like that, like an old piece of candy wrapper. He just got rid of you. So I feel like he should have stepped up and did something. I really do. And I don't know if Black Rob had any kids or anything like that, but if he did, I would like to think that, you know, those people who are saying RIP to my brother will put in something to help with the kids as well.
Yeah. Let me see what I can find about Black Rob and
Hey,
kids.
I'm about to go ahead and get off.
Okay, girl. Enjoy church.
I'm about to go ahead and get off because I'm entering the church.
Say a prayer for us.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Y'all know what to do. I will. But you know what to do at the end. Y'all go ahead and say my spiel.
We got you. We
Love y'all. See y'all next week.
All right, bye.
All right, bye. Yeah, so I can hear that he didn't look like he had any kids.
Okay.
I'm not seeing any kids on his you know, whatever biography here. But this is the thing. And you know, like I was talking about, like I was saying, why, you know, oh, he had a lot of names too. But what I don't understand about a person like Puffy is, why would you not acknowledge the people who helped you put Bad Boy on the map? And no, you don't owe anybody anything. You don't owe them as though, like, you know, a debt. But there is a certain amount of decency I just expect from people, you know, where these people were part of my success story, and I see that they're not doing too well. I'm doing remarkably well right now. I'm still making money off of everybody.
Right.
Let me see if I can help. Like, this guy's in dire straits. He's homeless. These were one of my biggest stars back when we were doing the thing. Why all of a sudden do we not find it somewhere within ourselves to help these people out? It could have been as simple as he paid all his medical bills and put them up somewhere for a year.
Cause the medical bills is like $20 to you, Diddy.
You're right.
Because I'm reading. Paul said the GoFundMe was supposed to be $50,000. They raised $28,000 of that. Puff, that's like a $50 bill to you, dog. You could have paid that man's medical bills, so they wouldn't have discharged. Because I'm willing to bet they discharged him from that hospital because he was like, "Yeah, I ain't got no money. I'm sorry, child. You done stay here one too many nights. We're gonna have to go and send you on now."
Yeah.
It costs money.
Basically, what they're doing now is they switched it over to just making sure his funeral services are covered.
They're taken care of. And that's fine.
And that's fine. But goodness.
Yeah.
But
you to go through that.
There are actually a lot of GoFundMes here for him.
Oh, wow. I didn't realize that.
There's more than one. So anyway, I guess the official one, because one of them has raised like 3,000, one of them has raised 29,000, another one's raised, I have to see here. Now I'm seeing that he has 4 children.
Okay. So I feel like they need to be cared for, whoever they are. Okay. That's the truth.
4 strokes and poor health. That's what it says.
Okay. Yeah. I think that there should be something left behind for those kids, some type of something, and with their father being gone. So yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Next one. All right. Here we go. This is okay. Go ahead.
Go ahead. What was you going to say?
No, I was going to introduce the next slide, but go ahead. I was like, oh, next slide.
It's okay. It's Jonathan Mattingly, who was one of the officers who I feel like murdered Breonna Taylor. And let me say this, because somebody inboxed me and asked me, where did my picture go? Oh, good. My face look real big. get this bike from Aldi first and work out some of this weight before we start getting me closer. So he was one of the officers that murdered Breonna Taylor. Somebody inboxed me to ask me why I switched my picture. That the picture that's up on my profile, and I didn't answer the person, but the picture that's up on my profile, and I'm sure they asked me that in response to me saying that I'm not taking the profile picture down.
Right.
Because I'm not. That's my aunt that passed. Not that I owe anybody an explanation, but that's my aunt that passed. So she's up now. Breonna's going back up, or the post that I had is going back up. As soon as that I change it.
As soon as you feel like it.
As soon as I feel like it, it's going back up. But Jonathan Madley was one of the police officers. Of course, he got off. They didn't. Only one that got charged with anything, and it got charged with the walls. Not even the people that were in the apartment that could have died. Just the walls in the other people's apartment. But he didn't get charged with anything. And I think this is the one who got shot in the leg, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
So Simon & Schuster it was announced that Simon & Schuster, which is one of the big publishing companies, was supposed to publish this man's book. Simon & Schuster said, hold on, nope. We're not doing that. We're not doing that at all. So I don't know who's finna be buying this man. I'm sure white people in Kentucky gonna buy it. But yeah. I don't know why he's even writing a book. I don't care to know your side of you told me your side of the story on Good Morning America, one of them shows. I saw it, I watched it. I don't care to see you publish a book. You got a desk job at the police. From my understanding, you didn't lose your job. You got a desk job. You don't need to be out on the street anyway, busting in folks' apartments and playing cops and robbers. So I don't understand. You still have a job. I don't even know what his motive.
My problem is, again, we allow these people to capitalize off of the deaths of these people, these very real people's deaths. Their families can't even, just be compensated most times. And you definitely can't get them back.
No.
But we're always figuring out ways to it's just this all the time. And I don't like it. There should be a thing where they should stop this type of stuff from happening, where if you have, if you've been convicted, and especially if we got camera and tape and all this stuff, we need to do a collective effort, kind of like how they did your boy at the end of his presidency, and just kind of everybody say, nope, 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 nope. Take your hands off of them. Don't allow them to make any money off these things.
Right.
I think that's the simplest way to do it. Stop allowing the opportunity.
Yeah, and then y'all are not. There are no consequences. Period.
None.
None whatsoever. And let me also say this: her family did get compensated. I think it was like $12 million that they were compensated for her death. But here's the other thing that I kind of don't agree with, is that now I get pushed into the spotlight and I have to be the spokesperson for Black Lives Matter now, because my son or my daughter was killed. So now I got to go meet the mothers of the movement. And every one of those women said, I ain't get the opportunity to mourn my child's death because I was put on this national platform. Trayvon Martin's mom was like, I did not get to properly mourn my child because I was put in this spotlight. And they asked me put in this spotlight. Right. But I was put in the spotlight.
That's the problem. The problem is the fact that we have the spotlight for that.
I mean, we do need to know what's going on, but these mothers need to grieve their babies.
Yeah.
These were their babies, you know?
Yeah.
I know it takes strength and courage to stand up and do, you know, and speak out against these things, and I'm all for it. I just don't know that if the shoe were on the other foot, I would have the strength to do. Probably, maybe God will put it in me to do, but I don't, because you have to be able to mourn.
Yeah.
You can't just move on, you know, overnight like that. And a lot of these mothers have had to move on overnight and be put on this national platform. Because here's the thing, it's not like there's a cautionary tale that can be told, because it keeps happening.
Right. Right.
You know, it's not like, well, I want to let folk know so they can know. What can you tell us? And even after Breonna, it's still people being killed. Deontay Wright still got shots. Not tased, but shot by a police officer.
Shot dead.
Shot dead. Shot and killed. It's ridiculous.
All right.
Along.
Let's move on along, because yeah. Okay, here we go.
All right. The IRS will start distributing monthly payments of up to $300. So if you are a parent who has kids, this is part of the child tax credit, if I'm not mistaken, as a part of the stimulus package. You will start receiving these payments of up to $300 monthly starting in July. Now,
yeah,
the older kids, from what I read, will also be getting a stipend as well. So if you have an 18-year-old, or if you have college students from 19 to 24, they'll get $500. Now, I don't know if that's monthly or if that's a one-time payment. That's what I don't know. But that you will get that stipend as well. For me, it's going to be $250 for my one child that's under 17. If you have children that are 5 and under, if I'm not mistaken, then you'll get the full $300 payment each month. I think if I'm not mistaken, through tax time, and then tax time they'll give you the half money, which is an additional $1,500 if I'm not mistaken.
If they're 5 and under, it's $360.
Is it $360? I read $300.
Yeah. So $300 from 15 down to, I forget what age, but from, I think it's down to 6, something like that. If they're under 5, you get $360.
So I get $300 and not the $250 I read. Okay, because I had read $250 for, 6 to 17. For 6 to 17, and then 5 and under was the $300. Okay, great. That's awesome. So I get $300. Look at that.
Mm-hmm. You're supposed to get $300 from those, and that's why I said it's so funny because it's going back and forth.
Yeah. So y'all look out for that. Oh, the way you will receive this payment is how you received your stimulus as well. So if you got your stimulus payment via direct deposit, they will be sending these payments the same way. So little extra change in your pocket to add to whatever monthly income that you are getting in. For those who don't have any income coming in, except for maybe unemployment or whatever, this will add a little bit extra to your pockets as well. Yeah, they need to just go and quit playing and just go on. They I know the Democrats were proposing doing a monthly stimulus. If things don't get better, I know they're trying to quickly open things up too, so they won't have to do it. I did hear rumblings of a 4th stimulus payment.
They're gonna have to, because here's the thing: people just, I don't know what they think, but for some people, they need the money. And let me just be honest too, because it's always the cap for singles is like 75,000, and the cap for couples is 150. 150. Be completely honest with you, that's all cool and stuff when you talking about by yourself with no cheering,
right?
But when you talking about, changing that income threshold when you're talking about married filing jointly with dependents, they're going to have to look at that a little bit differently, because if you are married with children, and let me just say, more than 2 kids, more than 4 kids, more than 6 kids, it's a little different when you're talking about being able to support them financially right now. Okay.
Yeah.
I always tell people the blessing that that we've had is, couponing. So, things have not been terribly tight because of forward planning. I've always been like this, but I'm just imagining people who aren't always just able to save money and having to fully stock refrigerator. My kids at home all day. So even with fully stocking the refrigerator, make, the light bill by itself, because everybody's at home all the time, all these other things. And when you're talking about per person, that ain't nothing.
Nothing.
Do you know how quickly I can go through a couple of $1,000?
And you got 7, but I got 2. And so
right.
Listen, it's quite easy to let that go by the wayside. And so you can't, they're gonna have to do something different. Yeah. And I feel like if they had done the right thing like the other countries did,
yeah,
we would have been okay.
It would have been all right.
It would have been definitely all right.
Yeah. I'm also looking at this because the PEBT cards were supposed to start.
Yeah, I got mine. All mine is gone because we went ham at Aldi.
Oh, okay.
So I'm waiting on my next little deposit because we went ham at Aldi today.
Like I tell, I guess we ain't getting one this time around. But
did you go on the? If you already had the card, they're supposed to be sending you some more.
Another card?
It's another card with the kids' names on it.
Mm-hmm.
So mine came with Jay, but I had to go online and update stuff because they had my mom's address on there. Based on what the school had, and the card never came to my mom's house.
That's interesting.
It never came to my mom's house. I don't know where it went, but it never came to my mom's house. So I went online. It was a link, and I don't know if it's still up or not, but I went online and made sure my stuff was updated properly, and then I got my card. So
is this link right here is to link the child's information?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So that's what I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I thought that was interesting though. No, it's not an invalid address. So yeah, so now I see what you're talking about.
Yeah. Because they did not. And my mom was like, well, babe, I'm sorry. Ain't no PEBT here with Jay. I said, ain't nothing came when she was like, something came for Jay. And I'm looking, that ain't it.
Right. Oh, ma'am. Okay.
Yeah. So that's kind of how we had to deal with that and look at it. So
okay.
Yeah,
I see it now.
Go out there and see, make that happen so you too can go.
I didn't know. I'm like, Chad, I got a bunch of cards.
I know.
So
yeah, from my understanding, they were supposed to send you out another one automatically if your stuff was right. My information was wrong.
I was about to say this has been the same address for 10 years, so it shouldn't have.
Yeah, it shouldn't have been invalid. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
All
right. Next slide.
So next. Yeah, we might be able to do some other stuff now.
Mm-hmm. All right, so Jordan is going to present Kobe Bryant's Hall of Fame induction. He's going to be presenting that at the Hall of Fame induction this year.
Nice.
I think that's nice. That's really good. Of course, the beginning of 2020 started off. We should have known something was up then.
I just said that. I said I think I have shed more tears in 2020 than I ever have in my life.
We really
And
just
I lost my daddy in 04. So
we should have known something was up then.
yeah.
And 2021 ain't shaping up to be the greatest year either. So
It ain't looking so hot.
I'm already tired. Yeah, he's going to be doing that. I do not know. I meant to see when they were doing that induction. But he's gonna receive his basketball Hall of Fame. Typically, you know, they get this award later on down the line.
Yeah.
And had Kobe still been alive, I imagine. This is going to be held May the 15th. So they normally show it on ESPN. I stayed and watched Michael Jordan's when he got inducted. So normally, when you good and retired, Kobe was retired, but like he wasn't good and retired. He had like just retired like some years ago. When you're good and retired, that's when they go on and induct you on into the Hall of Fame. So this is a good thing. I'm glad that they're doing it. I'm still hurting for Vanessa. She's going through a lot, suing the helicopter company. Her mama took her to court. Just all kind of crazy stuff going on right now.
She ain't got time for y'all today.
No, she does not. But I do hope that she and her girls are able to attend the ceremony and accept that award on his behalf. So I'm looking forward to that. She be like Chad's wife, Chadwick Boseman's wife. She been accepting all the awards. I be like, girl, I can't cry with you tonight. Look,
I ain't even gonna watch this. I'm not even gonna watch this today because if I know she gonna be on there, I can't do it.
Yeah,
I ain't set up for it.
I can't cry with you today. I done cried 2-3 different awards. I think he's Oscar nominated, and I believe he's Oscar nominated. And I swear for cheese and crackers, if she have to accept that award, I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna be crying. I'm gonna be laid down on the floor, baby. I am, because every time she talks,
because I cannot.
I can't. I can't. All right, next slide.
All right.
Now, Steph Curry, the babyface assassin himself. That's what they call him. Because he looked like he 12 with a beard.
He looked like he went to put on one of them lace front beards so he could get in somewhere for trying to be able to do the work.
Right. That ain't your beard.
Go sit down somewhere.
He has surpassed Wilt Chamberlain as the Warriors' leading scorer. There were some 16,000 odd points that he has scored over his career as a Warrior. And that beat out Wilt Chamberlain, because Wilt Chamberlain, if I'm not mistaken, was at one point the all-time leading scorer in the NBA.
Okay.
I think I can't remember who surpassed him. I believe Kobe might have surpassed him. But Steph got him on the Warriors tip. So if Steph keeps shooting them threes, I imagine, because he's really good at those. I imagine he's going to be the all-time leading scorer in the NBA real soon. So shout out to Lil Steph for that. I call him Lil Steph because I'm telling you, 12 years old. And you got a wife and some kids, and you look like you're 12.
That's a beautiful thing, though, when they can steal cars.
His mom and dad don't look old either. That's the other thing. Like, I'm expecting his dad to look, they don't look old at all.
Because they don't live, they got an easy life.
Yeah.
I think a lot of that has to do with it. When I ain't gonna say how the folks be like, they gotta live right or anything like that, but they just seem like they pretty good. They ain't really had to live too hard, and it shows.
Yeah.
It shows.
Yep. All right, next slide.
All right, here we go.
Y'all got a new coach. Eddie George is the new head coach at TSU. This is great. I'm thankful for it. Hopefully he'll be able to do for TSU what Deion Sanders has been able to do for Jackson State. And Deion said, "Hey, listen, it's a couple of more NFL players want to coach for some HBCU." He's trying to be the spokesperson. He said Warren Sapp said he want to come on board, like he naming folk. Y'all better call him. Yeah. This is. Let me say this. This is not just for one particular school, and I think you guys are supposed to be coming to our division soon. I think next year.
I'm hearing that. So.
But it's a good thing for all HBCUs. It really, really is. The opportunities and the doors that it's opening, because these are former NFL players. So they've already gotten endorsements. They've already gotten certain deals. So they can bring a different thing to the table, not taking away from any of the HBCU coaches that we have had in the past. They've either been good or bad, because we didn't had our string of bad coaches at Jackson State. So I can only imagine what y'all possibly have had at TSU. Yeah. But this opens up doors for us as HBCU schools and kind of puts us on the map, if that makes sense. And that's going to make in my opinion, is going to make a student who probably would normally choose one of those big schools, say, you know what, let me look at this HBCU over here.
Yeah.
And so I'm really proud. I think this is going to be a trend too, because if what Deion Sanders say is true, I think some more HBCUs are going to be looking to hire more former NFL players as head coaches. Eddie, I don't believe has ever coached before though. So that's something that a lot of people are like, well, how is that gonna work? Well, I mean, he played the game. Maybe he can come up with some stuff. He was a leader on his team.
You will never have experience until you're afforded experience.
Absolutely.
You know, and I don't think it's a bad thing that he hasn't been a coach before. I think that he bring, my thing is, I'm gonna at least surround myself with people who know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Till I learn the ropes. What I got to do, I'm thinking about them. They're attaching their names to HBCUs now, so that they can bring the money, they can bring the notoriety, they can bring the level of quality. And not to say that HBCUs, because both of us are, products. But how they treat us. They try to treat the degree as though it's not as good as, an Ivy League degree. Last time I think you read from the same books and it's the same stuff. It's just that you got more people backing you. So just the idea of them changing this to a new league of HBCUs that can dominate the industry, that makes me excited. But I also hope that means that they're going to get more money into the school system, because I was saying, why don't we bring these kids up here on these campuses with these farted out dorms and stuff? They're going to have to knock all these dorms down and redo some stuff. Really put some money into make it where students want to come here and bring things like, and I don't know how it works on y'all campus, but I'm gonna talk about my campus for a minute because I live there. They need to have a cafeteria in every dorm. They need to have more access to things. They need to have 24-hour access to things. They need to have updated, internet and high-speed internet. They need to make sure that students are taken care of. So those 4 years that they're there, they can really look back on things and really be appreciative of the experience. Now, everybody always talking about HBCU, they do this, they do that. That's because we've been used to it. But now it's time to revolutionize, galvanize, put our money together, put our money where our mouth is, and be some state-of-the-art, schools, institutions and Black meccas for our Black students in every city and state that are represented by these different schools. And I hope that this is the beginning of it with Eddie George and with Deion Sanders. So I'm excited.
It's okay. It's all right. yeah, that's the thing that we have to, because it's time. We can't keep, we can only do so much as alumni. It's a lot of alumni don't give back, and that's fine.
For whatever reason,
for whatever reason,
they trauma it's a trauma response.
And I think it really is. We go through so much on those campuses, and it's a trip. But a lot of us have been able to succeed above and beyond where we could have ever imagined. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And a lot of the lessons learned on those HBCU campuses taught us that. And so, I don't necessarily want my kids, the oldest one didn't pick an HBCU, but if the youngest one picks an HBCU, I don't necessarily want him to go through some of the struggles that I went through, coming out of it. So let me give back to make sure that, hey, it's a doorknob on your room, though. I'm just saying.
Well, we ain't got 5 people to a dorm room when it was made for one. Like, let's not do this. Let's not have overcrowding just for shits and giggles.
Just because we can't.
Equipped.
Yeah.
Like,
so that's kind of where I am with that. So I'm hoping that, and I do, because already it is bringing money to Jackson State and notoriety to Jackson State. And we've been on ESPN. I want to say for all of this spring season that we have been on ESPN. Now, I don't know how that's going to continue to go with Flo. I'm sure he's still brokering deals and working it out. But we have. I was in the nail shop watching one of the football games. So, and it was on the main ESPN channel. They had bumped it up. They had moved it from ESPN 3 on up to the main channel. So these are things that people, oh my God, look at these are Black people. They play football. Yeah, not just in the NFL, at the colleges as well. So yeah, I think this is a great thing for TSU. So congratulations, y'all. And listen, I promise if SWV is performing at y'all homecoming, I'm gonna be there. I just want to put that out there right now. I want to see Coco and Lily and Taj. I'm gonna be right there. I just want to put that out there right now. So if you and your wife done already cooked up a concert, I just need you to. I need advance notice, because I'm already ready for a road trip to Nashville.
Homecoming about to be lit.
Okay, next slide. So speaking of Dion has brokered a deal with Pepsi for the SWAC. That's the Southwestern Athletic Conference, and that's the conference that Jackson State plays in. And TSU will be joining us, I believe, by next year. But he's brokered this agreement. It's a 3-year deal as a part of Pepsi's racial equality journey. Of course, he's played, for the NFL from 1989 to 2005. And he's been doing a lot of things at our school, as we just got through talking about. But there are 12 conference schools. So as a part of the agreement, Pepsi has committed to hiring a SWAC student athlete from each of the conference's 12 schools upon graduating. So this is where we are. So we got marketing majors that you ain't finna make it to the NFL, or you ain't finna be an NBA player, or you're not finna be the next Serena Williams. You got a job. There you go.
Right now we're in Texas State, but I'm gonna pull to see if Tennessee State is gonna be added to the SWAC.
You said who?
I said, now I remember, I see that Texas State.
Texas Southern?
Texas State. What I say? Texas
State. They were already a part of the SWAC.
I'm trying to see what. Anyway, right now it's just saying
2022. 2022, I think that is when the move is supposed to happen.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken. Yeah. It's supposed to be y'all and maybe one other school.
Okay.
And I can't remember what the other school name is, but I remember Tennessee. So I was like, they want to come on. They want to lead the Valley Conference and come on over here.
They need to. They should have been. Let's see. It says we're gonna keep talking while I'm trying to find it.
Gotcha. But, so this is really good. This is a good look for us. Hopefully and prayerfully, he keeps brokering deals like this. We got some stuff coming down the pipe, in the woodwork. So y'all make sure you stay tuned, keep your ears to the ground, and make sure. Seems like y'all be following Po Dion anyway, y'all. Them HBCU groups, I promise you, every other day I hear something about Deion Sanders, I be like, why you mad? Explain to me why you mad.
Leave him be.
Right.
Leave him be.
Leave him be. All right. Next slide. If you find it, we'll come back. Dwayne Wade is now part owner of the Utah Jazz. I feel like, and I could be wrong, and Paul, since you in here fact checking my sports stuff over here in the comments, correct me if I'm wrong. There is better opportunities for Black people to be part owners in teams than it is for Black people to be, in the NBA, than it is for Black people to be any type of owners, have any type of seat at the table in the NFL. Correct me if I'm wrong. I feel that way because I don't think there are any Black owners in the NFL, period. And I could be very wrong. But I don't remember hearing
baseball.
You said what now?
You got some black owners in MLB.
In baseball. Yeah. I don't think I've ever heard of one in the NFL, period. And I don't, no matter how much they claim they're going to change how they do things, if we don't have a seat at the table, so there are owners in the NFL? Because I ain't heard of not one Black owner in the NFL. Hold on. Let me go and Google this real quick. Because I ain't heard of it. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah.
40 owners in NFL. It's Korean.
Okay.
Pakistan. Well, they might know. 7. 6 women. 6 women and 1 Pakistani. So not even Black. Let's see. Michael Jordan is the principal on Charlotte Hornets.
Oh, that's basketball. Basketball, not the.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. So they pulled all of this to say that of all of the NFL, NBA, and MLB, Michael Jordan is the principal owner of the Charlotte Hornets. So, and even with all of that, all of these people are non-Black minorities.
Yeah, we got to figure out a way because I feel like if there was somebody I still feel like they would have been outvoted, but
yeah,
we're gonna have to do something different. I don't like that because I Jay-Z owns he's a part owner in Brooklyn Nets. I know Michael Jordan's also part owner of the Wizards, if I'm not mistaken, or I don't think he's a majority. You said I know you said the Bobcats. Yeah, this is crazy. We gotta do better. We play and we play are the only ones that can represent the team as an official team governor. Okay.
So,
Okay. We're gonna have to do better though. We really gonna have to.
Yeah.
They're going to have to do better. Let me put it that way. Not we. They're gonna have to do better.
Money.
Yeah. Because if I got the money to be a team. Thank you, Beats by Cash.Is Black. By the way, the music that you hear, that he did that, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. The music that you hear at the beginning of our live.
The link is in the description if you want to go. He actually has a live YouTube page. Music all day, every day.
Yes. So. Cash.Is Black. Shaq got Sacramento. I didn't know that. Okay. He just really only 15%. Okay. Y'all schooling me because that's what I want to know. I want to know about ownership. I didn't know JC sold his shares, bro. Wow. Okay. I'm learning some things. But y'all, make sure y'all check out Cash.Is Black. He's a dope producer. All our little music he has produced for our little bit show. We thank him.
Yeah.
All right, next slide. So Chadwick Boseman is going to be honored in it's going to be honored in a Netflix special called Chadwick Boseman, The Portrait of an Artist. Of course, you're going to have people like Denzel Washington. You're going to have some of the Avengers probably in there. Viola Davis. They're going to be talking about Chadwick Boseman and the legacy that he leaves behind. I'm really interested in this because, of course, I was crazy about this man as an actor. And anything that he has done with it, it's one thing I haven't seen because I was like, I'm not going to pay this money because it's too much money to watch this. I'm gonna go back and see if it's gone down. But I have seen every movie that he's been in. I even went back and watched them episodes of the soap opera that he was in before Michael B. Jordan took over his role because he was like, y'all want me to do what? No, I'm good.
Because I know I can't.
Said,
I'm looking at it. I be sitting up there. Oh, I can't watch it. I can't watch it. I can't hear his voice. I can't do any of it. I can't do it.
I absolutely love him though. I do. I just let me say. I just to have everybody say awesome things. Like you ain't got one person that had one bad thing to say about you. You know what I'm saying? My sister said this to me the other day.
That's amazing, though.
Yeah. We were talking about my aunt, and my sister said the other day, she said, Donald Trump is alive. And we have good people like this who they have never done anything wrong to anybody, always try to walk in integrity, always try to do the right thing, and they gone.
Yep.
Just like that.
Yep.
It's crazy.
Yep. I can't do it because every time I watch him now, it's so much grief comes over me. So I just can't watch it. I can't watch him. Yeah. I still can't.
I got you.
It's crazy because I'm like I really didn't know this dude, but for some reason it has hit me so hard that I cannot watch any of his stuff anymore. I see it. I just, bro.
I got you. I understand. I'm gonna watch it.
Watch it. Tell me how it turned out.
Give you the Cliff Notes.
Cliff Notes, because I'd be somewhere laid out crying.
Oh Lord. Oh God. So yeah, I just let me say this, y'all. I'm not. Let me. Y'all got this petition going around saying replace him as the Black Panther, and let me just say this. They are going to move on from T'Challa being the Black Panther because there were other Black Panthers. And Sister Shuri was the Black Panther. At one point, Killmonger was the Black Panther. They killed him off. They some way, I think they're gonna revive him. I'm not sure, but from what I hear, I don't think that the people over at Disney is ready for that. Y'all might be ready for it. They are not. This man played this role. And real talk, even though in the comic books they move on from him, I don't know that I would be okay to see anybody else, even if he's still alive and he decided I don't want to be Black Panther no more. Now, just like the Wolverine, listen, whoever they get to play the Wolverine after Hugh Jackman, no, I'm not, I can't, no, not gonna be able to do it. Hugh Jackman is the only Wolverine that I know. Captain America, This little dude that got on this show on the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. That man, I was so glad that they took that shield away from him. Praise the Lord. Because there was nobody's Captain America. Steve Rogers is my Captain America. I know they changed up in the comic books, but I'm just saying these people have played these roles, and I'm used to them.
Mm-hmm.
But I understand that there has to be a change. I just don't think that they ready for this right now. So I need y'all to stop with your little petitions. They're going to change the people. Give them a minute. Stop trying to change stuff right now. We ain't ready. Let it go. We ain't ready. We're not ready.
No.
We're just not.
I agree. Crazy.
Oh my God. Okay, let's move on. Did you say Jack Nicholson is still the Joker? Actually. All right, so I decided that I'm sorry. I decided that I was going to start a new segment. Because every once in a while, we need to vent.
Yep, we do. We do.
So I didn't put this in here called What's Bugging Us This Week. Heather, I'm going to let you go first.
Okay.
Mine gonna be just, okay.
Mine gonna be brief though. I'll be brief. I just got two things. Mm-hmm. I think I got two things. This week, and I guess you said what's bugging us. Number one, I'm at a place of being annoyed because number one, I need people to learn how to take a joke. That's number one. Number two, I need people to be for real educated why they aren't take this vaccine. Now, let me tell y'all, I done got vaccines through my blood system. It's coursing through my blood. Was yes. Was I not really sold on it? Yes. But do I want to get out here and not have to worry too much more? Yes. Now, do I want to go places? Kinda, but not really. But because I know I'm dealing with people who ain't gonna follow no kind of call, it was important for me to do that. Plus, I have people, young people, with my household who won't be able to vaccinate, and they might make them try to go back to school in the fall. So I got to do something. And then also there are things that's going to cause me to have to leave this a couple of times. So I just want to make sure I have a little layer of protection. But if you're not going to vaccinate, that's fine. But please stop telling me like ain't nobody microchipping you. Your phone microchipped you. Your car microchipped you. Your TV microchipped you. Your computer is microchipped. This watch you got on, microchip. So that ain't it. Have some real valid stuff and stop it. Also, in my last piece of what's bugging me, I need these let me say this again, pontificating ass niggas. I don't really use the N-word. To get off of their soapbox. These people who like to go and tell folk what they should and shouldn't be doing with their stimulus money or with their tax money or with all this stuff, because all you could have done is invested in this and then you have this. What you know what? All you could do is shut the fuck up. Really, that's all you could do. The other thing is what you could do is, and I read maybe this morning, whatever, I was talking about people not going to look for jobs. They just rather get their stimulus. I'm like, so instead of you mad at people about that, let's talk about the fact that they're not getting living wages. And this is probably the first time some people have been able to actually survive. We mad at the wrong thing. We ain't never mad at these corporations like Amazon and the rest of them that ain't pay a lick of taxes. But we worried about $5 and $6 here and $20 here in food stamps and then you people who don't get stimulus, what you want, a pat on the back? You want a piece of cheese or something? Like, so congratulations, but it ain't your job to always, I get a stimulus, so I don't understand. Who gives a fuck? Go hit somebody. Shit. If you get a stimulus, good for you, but it ain't your job to judge people who do. And if you don't have anything nice to say, shut your monkey ass up. Okay, I'm done. That's sick of folk.
I have two things. So the first thing is the game.
Like
rapper.
the TV show?
No, the rapper.
I'm over here like the TV show?
No, not the TV show. The rapper.
Oh, okay.
Decided to get on social media, as he does most of the time, to discuss not letting the woman that he's with pay bills.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
I'm okay with that. You know, if you want to pay all my bills, by all means, sir, pay all my bills. However, the caveat to that is I get to do whatever the hell I want to do. Okay? I ain't gonna sleep with who I want. Not me, him, because he paying all the bills. Okay?
No, I'm listening.
Yeah. I ain't gonna sleep with whoever I want. I can do whatever I want. I can control what you do and how you do it. Because I'm paying all the bills. Oh, okay. Sir, I'm good. I can pay my own bills. If it means you paying all my bills, it's gonna be, I'm gonna get cheated on. I gotta worry about what beans and disease you bringing my way back to the house. Or you having an outside baby on me, or just, the general disrespect overall.
Yeah.
I'm good. I pay my own bills. You ain't got to do that. Now, let me not block my blessings, because if you out there and you want to pay my bills, I'm not going to turn you down, but understand, we ain't doing the cheating thing over here. We ain't doing the controlling thing over here. If that's the case, baby, I got a job. I go buy my own shoes. I go do. And we ain't doing all of that now. We ain't. You made the decision you was going to pay all the bills. We're going to go with it. We're going to rock and roll with it. But I will be respected, because I didn't ask you to pay all the bills. You said that's what you wanted to do. I'm just putting that out there, and I'm just making that real clear. I need y'all men to stop acting like just because you pay for everything that you somebody's daddy. You're not. Okay? Last time I checked, my father's name is Wayne Russell Moore. He don't call my house telling me what to do. At all. He stopped doing that years ago. Okay? Because he don't pay none of my bills. Next thing.
Baby.
Listen. I have decided that I'm almost done with Whitehaven for good.
Okay.
Listen. I was minding my own black business at Walmart Wednesday night. Getting my baby ready. He was going out of town. Getting my baby ready for his out of town trip. He's grown. That's another little small thing I got a problem with. That man wear grown men's shoes. He's just 11 years old. I can't. I'm not ready.
It happens. It happens fast.
I'm like, I ain't ready to spend grown folk money on him. I'm not. Okay. At any rate, So I go to Walmart. I'm on the phone with my mom. I'm walking to my car. And I get knocked down by this man in the parking lot. Bags fly in the air, phone fly in the air. I got knocked out of my loafers. My purse was wrapped around my body, praise God. I don't know what he thought he was gonna do. I feel, violated, of course, because first of all, sir, I don't know you, and I don't know why you knocked me down in the parking lot, and then kept going. The security guard, I get it. I understand, everybody ain't armed and dangerous as a security guard. Everybody ain't top flight like Mike Epps and Friday. I get that, but you were so nonchalant about it. I don't understand. Why have security? Why have security if security's not going to do anything? You ain't going to call the police. You ain't going to do nothing. You're just going to not do your job. Now, I never go to this particular Walmart on Elvis Presley. And yes, I'm just going to put it out there. I don't go to that Walmart at night. I normally go in the morning. I normally go in the afternoon, like lunch breakish time. I don't go at night. But because I thought this was not going to be a problem. My child needs some trunks. They said there was some trunks at Walmart. Let me go in here and get the baby some trunks. I didn't think it was going to be a problem.
Yeah.
So I think we have, and I know they have a lot of problems with theft and stuff there at that Walmart. I don't know if the guy was running away because he had stole some or he was trying to steal something from me. I feel like he felt like my purse was going to fly off my body and he was going to get it. That's really what I feel like. But I can't. And I really want to, not that Walmart, shopping in the Walmart on Elvis Presley is not necessarily supporting the Black community, but I really want to support us in our community. I have no problem with 9 times out of 10 when I do get something to eat, I go to the Black owned restaurants in the Whitehaven community. I do because I'm in Whitehaven. Why not? Let me go to Country Cooking. Let me go to Ballas Bistro. Let me go to Smooth Living. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna support that. But if I'm fearing for my safety, it makes it hard for me to want to get out of my car and go to some of these places because, Negroes are out here ready to,
right. I can imagine though.
It's crazy. And I don't understand. And here's the other thing that the people that witnessed what happened were more upset than the security guard. That's what I just gotta get. Well, ma'am, you want me to call an ambulance or something for you? Sir. I don't understand. I literally don't.
Let me just say, you gotta hold sometimes the stores accountable because it happened on the parking lot. You really could have, filed a case with them. But the fact that a lot of these places now tell their security guards don't get involved because it may be a lawsuit. And that's where we are as humans. We are left to our own devices because a lot of these corporations keep telling the people that are supposed to protect us that they shouldn't get involved because they don't want any legal action taken against them.
So here's my other thing. This is why Amazon is where they are. Because folk would rather shop online than to support your corporations. Not necessarily, I mean, of course, the pandemic kind of sped that up for a lot of companies and a lot of businesses. Yeah. But this is the other aspect of it. I don't feel like going into a store, get out of my car, going into a store, shopping. Then I come out, I've spent money at your establishment, and then I'm walking to my car and somebody can just, grab something by my hand, without my knowledge, knock me down on the ground. Anything can happen. Somebody come stab me and steal my purse. Things like that. It makes you think twice about wanting to go to an establishment. Then it also didn't help that, this week I had to deal with the death in the family. So I'm dealing with all of this all at the same time. It's crazy.
You just should have taken the whole week off of everything.
Yeah. I should have. Yeah. But I want everybody to be careful out there. But I also feel like human decency is gone out the window. Yeah. And it's ridiculous. I don't understand how or why people do what they do. Someone who's I ain't never met, I don't know you people out there. And, I have friends that grew up in Whitehaven, that's lived in Whitehaven, but I don't go back and forth to people's place. I don't know folk like that. Mm-hmm. So for you to just attack somebody who you have no clue who they are, it's amazing and it's a mess. Yeah. So I'm gonna put this out here right now. Whoever got some gun classes, sign me up. I need a taser. I need something. I really want to have these things on hand. Not saying I'm finna shoot and kill nobody. Please don't mistake.
No, but you do need to protect yourself, and that's what the thing is. And if protecting yourself has to result to you having to shoot someone in order to save your life, then absolutely do it.
Yeah. So that's where I am. So anybody giving any classes, I will take them. Anybody, I'm down. Let me know. I'm signing up. I can't be in that position again. I just cannot. I am grateful that nothing. Well, I mean, Paul, there was no way for me to throw hands in that aspect. Now, had he hit me, and I was still standing, then I probably would have been able to maybe run up on him, catch him, and whoop his act. But no, there was no throw hand. The North Memphis and Faith didn't have time to come out. Let's just put it that way. Okay. So that's my thing. I have to get to a point where I'm comfortable doing that. And I normally really travel. Like if I go shopping and stuff, the pandemic, boys have been at home, for the most part. They've been at the house. So I've been doing all of these things on my own, shopping and whatnot. And it's been amazing, amazing. During this time, I haven't had to face anything like this until now. So, today I went to Aldi and I went really think about it. Like Josh was with me today. We went to Aldi this morning, Yeah. And I didn't intentionally do that, but it's just like maybe subliminally, I was like, son, come on, let's go to Aldi. He was like, okay, let's go.
Yeah. Now you're aware, and it happens like that. A lot of times when we have experienced trauma, there's a book that I recommend to people, and that was recommended to me when I first started doing coaching. And it's called The Body Keeps the Score. And what it is a book about how the body never forgets the trauma that our minds forget, right? Like that happened to you. If somebody bump into you, that may cause you to have a trauma response. Yeah. Where you feel like you're okay and everything, but even just the thought of you going to the store is causing you to do trauma response things, which is you are altering your behavior. You're asking people to follow you along to the store, not because you feel like, you are actively in fear, but your body remembers what that was. And so now what do I do to make sure this doesn't happen again? I'm going to change something about what I do, whether it's my behavior or how many people I have around me. Yeah. Anyway, but it's just one of those things where you start to go into survival mode. And, those are things that you probably will need a little bit of conversation, counseling, whatever you want to call it, so that you can move yourself out of being in survival mode and being more into awareness mode. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Like you're going to have a situation that's happened and it makes you feel a certain way. So you got to move from being in fight or flight to now just being aware. And that's all it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I'm off my little soapbox. All right. Next.
All right. So the last couple of things we got here is this is a comedy club thing. Did you still
the comedy show? Yeah, it's May the 9th. Yes, we have to sell tickets. Okay. Mamas of Comedy, hosted by Tootie 2 times, featuring Ashanti, Jay Audriel as a recording artist, Latoya Tennille. There's going to be drinks, food, music, and massages. We also going to have celebrity bartender Flo the Butler there. Doors open at 7. Show starts at 8 p.m. And this is going to happen at Smooth Living on May the 9th. Sponsored by Power 99. We're super excited about this show. And we want you guys to come out. Again, like I said before, we always do a lot for our mothers. During Mother's Day, we do the brunch, or we do this, or we give the gifts and the cards and all this stuff. We take the kids and do that Mother's Day thing. Do something for you if you a mama. Go laugh and support these ladies that are going to be participating in this show. So yeah, we announcing this until the day, girl. We got to sell these tickets. Tickets are $25. And you guys can go and get them over at Eventbrite. Next week I'm gonna have the flyer with everything on it. I thought I had it on here. I thought I had put it on here, but apparently I did not. So I will have that the next time we're here. And make sure I post it. And y'all will be getting some invites from me. So go ahead and get your tickets because this is going to sell out. So doors open at 7, show times at 8. Make sure y'all are in the place. Next one is Wendy, I believe.
Yep. So right here, this is Wendy's information here because we just want you guys to be able to follow us. Go ahead and follow her on Facebook. You see the information there. Instagram, of course, there. And she's also a Mary Kay consultant. So if you guys are looking for your personal Mary Kay lady, you don't have one, or you just need a backup person, go ahead to Wendy's page. You can also follow us on and find her there, but she would love the support, I'm sure. And yeah, do the thing.
Yep. And then Heather, how can they reach you?
Yep. Heather's Passion Academy. Just remember that. Those are the words, Heather's Passion Academy. If you can look for that, then you can find me there. I'm everywhere right now, and I'm trying to get my life together. I am accepting new clients as we speak, and look forward to next month because May is masturbation month, so you'll see some new content coming out for that.
Yay. You guys can reach me on Facebook at Vicskeyas Faith More, Instagram at Vicskeyas Faith, and Twitter as Vicskeyas Faith as well. You guys can also reach us at The Size Up on Facebook, The Size Up, Instagram, The Size Up 2102, YouTube, The Size Up Official Podcast, and it is the way that it is spelled. And make sure you guys go over to the YouTube channel and make sure you hit the like button and hit the bell so that you can get notifications when we're getting ready to go live. Also, make sure you email us at thesizeup2102@gmail.com if you I like what you did there. If you want to be a guest on the show, have a show idea, have a question. Hey, and sometimes we give advice. So if y'all got some listener letters, you need some advice about something, we here. So make sure you guys hit us up via email and we got you. Also feel free to, do your letter. I done got tongue tied. Feel free to listen to us on our podcast. And again, one day we're going to get our lives in order to get the rest of these episodes uploaded. Jesus. Anchor, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Breaker, Overcast, Pocket Cast, and Radio Public and SoundCloud. We have plenty of episodes there that you guys can get caught up on. We'll talk about several different issues. that you guys can follow and listen. Maybe some old tea that you forgot about that you want to laugh about. All of that. Make sure you guys go over there and check it out on those podcast platforms. So I think that's it. Do we have anything else?
No, I think that's about it. I think we're good.
All right. Well, we will see you guys. You said what?
I said we almost 3 hours in. So
I see this. Oh my God. Okay. So we will check you guys later. Make sure y'all are following us and following on us on the pages as well. Y'all have a wonderful Sunday.
Yay. Thank y'all for joining us. Bye.